Love where you live and play with Lindsey Management. Affordable apartments and golf memberships at 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling? Trust Lindsey and Associates. Serving the community for over 50 years. Lindsey, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
Want to run faster, jump higher, move with more power? The Sports Recovery and Development Program at Bridges Therapy Group builds speed, strength, agility, and endurance while correcting movement issues that can cause injury. Give your athlete the edge. Schedule an assessment today at srdathlete.com.
He's the kind of kid that you want your kids to hang out with or want your kid to be like.
The high school volleyball state tournament continues to roll on, and the Benton Panthers making history on Friday night. It is Wednesday, October 29th, and this is Varsity Vibe Today. Welcome into Varsity Vibe Today. I'm your host, Alyssa Orange. We are halfway through the week, and we are a step closer to the state title games for high school volleyball. So let's get you updated with our Lewis Automotive opening drive. The fall kickoff event happening now at the Lewis Automotive Group. Unbeatable prices and special financing. Your next vehicle ready for you now at one of their 3 locations: Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington. Well, Bentonville, the Tigers starting the day with a 3-1 win over Bentonville West, and the Tigers are going to face Conway with a chance to go to the finals on Saturday. That matchup with Conway, it's a rematch of the state title game a season ago that the Tigers fell just short in. Here's Tigers head coach Hannah Berry after their win over the Wolverines.
Up a little slow in the beginning, and then they figured it out. They got the nerves out, and we beat them 3 sets after that. Just figuring out how to block. They got some big outside hitters. We finally put a block up on them, and we were finding the floor. Super exciting match, though. They played great.
On the other side of the bracket, Fayetteville defeating Little Rock Central to advance to face Cabot this afternoon. Their matches are at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. respectively. And again, if Bentonville and Fayetteville can win their matches tomorrow, they will meet for a state title in Hot Springs on Saturday. In the 5A, Siloam Springs facing Marion, and Van Buren advancing on their side of the bracket. On the bottom half of the bracket, Shiloh Christian beating Greenbrier to advance to face Farmington, who defeated Valley View 3-1. And speaking of Farmington volleyball, that takes us to our Lindsey Girls Athlete of the Week. Junior Emmerson Rehkopf is helping Farmington on their run this season. She's totaled 496 kills, has a .349 hitting percentage, and that also ranks among the top 10 in the state. She's also got 308 digs and 38 aces. She's committed to play volleyball at North Alabama at the next level, and it's a big reason why the Cardinals went 14-0 through the 5A West action. They haven't lost a match in over a month. So congratulations to Emmerson Rehkopf. She is our Lindsey Girls Athlete of the Week. Well, the Bentonville Tigers making history on Friday night. Details next in our Everett Chevrolet Central Arkansas Spotlight.
The Everett difference means we are committed to giving back to the communities we serve.
When I think of Everett, I think of them more than just a car dealership.
Everett's involvement in the community is phenomenal. I see it in the police and fire department. I see it in the Boys and Girls Club.
They're just constantly giving back to the community that helped build them.
I would recommend them first, always. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
If you're an athlete that wants to improve your game, maybe improve your 40, jump higher, have better agility, Bridges Therapy Group's Sport Recovery and Development Program can help. They've been helping student athletes reach their highest potential for quite a while now. They've got a team that includes physical therapists, athletic trainers, personal trainers, and occupational therapists. And together, they design individual plans to build speed, explosive power, agility, strength, and endurance. Whether your athlete's returning from rehab or working for a competitive edge, SRD provides the training and guidance to help them succeed. Schedule your athlete's assessment today at srdathlete.com.
The fall kickoff event is on now at Lewis Automotive Group. Unbeatable prices, special financing, and your next ride is ready for you at any of our locations in Fayetteville, Farmington, or Springdale. Don't forget about the Lewis Guarantee, home of double the factory warranty, only at Lewis Automotive Group.
Quick Turf is the go-to team for building championship-level sports facilities for public schools, private schools, and the entire school district. They also install beautiful backyard putting greens for homeowners. Known for lifelike, eco-friendly turf, Quick Turf handles everything from design and lighting to drainage and final landscaping. Their all-in-one approach delivers high-performance surfaces for athletes and low-maintenance greens that last for years. With preventative maintenance programs, they keep every field and green looking game day ready. Schedule a free consultation today at quickturf.com. That's QIKturf.com. The Everett Chevrolet Central Arkansas Spotlight taking us to Benton, where the Panthers set records on Friday night with their 63-0 win over Little Rock Catholic. Head coach Brad Harris becoming the winningest coach in program history with win number 84, and quarterback Drew Davis becoming Benton's all-time passing leader, throwing for his 100th career touchdown and surpassing 8,000 passing yards. I was able to catch up with Coach Harris after the win.
The 84th win broke the all-time wins record at Benton as a football coach. Dight Fite had been here for 15 years and got 83, So, I'm blessed to be here and to be spoken in the same sentence as Dight Fite. I grew up and Dwight was the head coach at Benton, and I always knew about Benton football, and they always did a tremendous job here. And Coach Fite, I really admire him as an older coach. And actually, a funny story is when I moved to Benton, I actually rented a house from him and got connected with him. And it was his old home place. I lived there for about almost 2 years. And, so he and I got to know each other a little bit on a personal level. And he's an awesome guy. To be mentioned in the same sentence with him and Benton football is just an honor to me.
How important is it for you guys to just focus on what you guys do and go out on Friday night?
Well, that was the message to our guys yesterday in meetings and practices. Hey, we're sitting here, we got smart kids, and they look at records and they look at ball games just as much as we do. They know that we're playing a team that hasn't won anything, and that's the hard thing as being a high school coach or a coach at any level, really. As you go into a week where you're playing a team that's not as good as you, and you can't be complacent and content with where you're at as a person or individual or team, and you got to punch the clock and go to work. And I use it as an example, and I'll say this: Todd Knight and I are really good friends at Ouachita Baptist University, and last year they were undefeated. In the week of Halloween, they had Southern Naz coming in, and they were winless, and Southern Naz upset them at home and ended up costing them a conference championship. They had just come off of beating Harding, and it can happen at all levels, and we got to protect against that this week. And our word of the week this week is don't be complacent, and that's what teams can get this time of year when you're playing a team that's not quite as good as you. So we're going to really try to push and work on ourselves this week. And if we take care of ourselves, everything will take care of itself on Friday night. And that's kind of been the message right now so far.
You talked about Drew Davis earlier and just what he accomplished personally with the records, but what do you think makes him so special?
Well, he, you hear the term student of the game, and, he's a football only kid, and Drew could probably go to the basketball team and play basketball. He could probably go on the baseball team and play baseball, but he's a football guy. He loves football. His goal was always to be a college football, quarterback. And he's really focused on that probably, since about the 8th grade. And man, he's a student of the game. He understands things. He eats, sleeps, and breathes football. He's a great kid. He's the kind of kid that you want your kids to hang out with or want your kid to be like. Good student. He helps lead our FCA huddle, things like that. And I think guys just gravitate to him, and he's a kid that you want leading your football team. He's played a lot of minutes for us. Started week 3 of his sophomore year. He threw 42 touchdowns. Just a phenomenal year. Now, the thing that helped him a lot his sophomore year is we had Braylon Russell as our running back. So everybody in the stadium knew we were handing it to Braylon Russell a lot. So it opened up a lot of passing lanes for him. But man, he did a phenomenal job for 3 years for us. And he's just a great kid from a great family that they eat, sleep, and breathe football. His older brother plays offensive line at Arkansas State, and it's a football family, and they love it.
That is going to do it for Varsity Vibe today on this Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate it. And make sure to follow along on our social media platforms. That is X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Also, subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And last, but certainly not least, make sure to sign up for the newsletter at varsityvibearkansas.com. A special thank you to our sponsors, Lewis Automotive, Lindsey, Bridges Therapy, Everett Chevrolet, Quick Turf, L&L Metal Fabrication, and DSI Trucking. I'll see you tomorrow.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters. drivedsi.com.
At L&L Metal Fabrication, our team brings craftsmanship and care to every custom project, big or small. Visit llmetalfab.com or call 479-361-9640. L&L Metal Fabrication, custom craft built to last.